and so fresh and so fresh and so clean. I know. Anyhow, you all, I don't know if you've heard about this, but this is funny as hell. So I thought that, kind of a change of pace, because generally I'm always talking political or something in the news that's not so great, you know. But this is going to be funny, and it's taking place this summer, so you might want to invest in some popcorn during the month of July, at least around the latter half of July. If you haven't heard the news, Mike Tyson is going to be fighting professionally Jake Paul, the YouTuber. This, you all, when I heard this, I just was dying of laughter. This is the funniest shit ever. So, they had announced this a while back, that Jake Paul, the YouTuber, who's generally been fighting some YouTubers, and he has a good record. He's 9-1 with 6 KOs. So that's nothing to sneeze at. But he's not, a professional boxer or anything like that. He's trying to break into the profession, you know. And then you got Mike Tyson, who I don't think he's had a professional fight since 2020 or something like that. And he's like 58 years old, or will be, when this fight takes place. July the 20th. It's going to be down in Arlington, Texas. There are still tickets available, so if you all want to go to this thing, if you're not doing anything this summer in July, that would be an exciting thing to go to. I might consider it. I don't know, depending on my schedule, what's going on, There might be more prescient matters at hand, but that would be a fun thing to go to. Take the children and have a good time at this. So, they had announced this a while back, but it wasn't an official sanctioned fight. This was just an announcement by Mike Tyson and Jake Paul that they were going to do this. Now, recently, about maybe a week ago now, the state of Texas has now officially sanctioned this fight. And it's going to count towards their professional boxing record. So, this is going to be a real hoot and holler, you all. Now, somebody asked, who am I betting on? This one's hard. Because, let's just delve into the details. Mike Tyson has like about 60 matches, give or take. He's fought 60 times. Jake Paul has only fought 10 times. So Mike Tyson has had far more opponents. But here's the thing, you all. This is the widest age gap in any professional boxing event ever. Mike Tyson is going to be 58 when he gets into the ring with Jake Paul, who is going to be 27. So, Jake Paul is like 30 years his junior here. I don't know what I think about this. I think the prevailing odds are most people on the internet are saying Jake Paul is going to win this because he's super young. Mike Tyson hasn't been training. He's kind of out of shape. Even Mike Tyson admitted he's out of shape. Ooh, it's good publicity for the both of them. It'll get them some money. It'll be something fun to do. Now, there have been commentators on the internet who are concerned. They're like, this probably is going to be more like a hug fest than a slug fest. I'm not so sure that isn't going to be the case. I don't think, they really want to go at each other that much. I could be wrong. We'll see. We'll find out. You think it'll happen? Probably. Probably it will happen. I mean, if they got it sanctioned now, before it was just talk between the two of them that they were going to do it, but it wasn't sanctioned. And now it's going to count, towards their professional boxing records. So it'll more than likely happen now. It's going to be fun to watch it though. It's going to be a hoot and a holler. Yeah, it'll be something fun for you all to watch. I'm not going to say who I think is going to win. I don't know. It could go either way. To me, if I had to, be honest about it, Jake Paul is much younger. And whilst he hasn't had that many professional fights, Mike Tyson is kind of like almost 60 years of age. So that's a huge kind of age difference. And Mike Tyson admitted himself he's not in the best of physical shape. I mean, you can look at that. But, however, Mike Tyson, has more experience boxing. Now, there's a couple of interesting features about this boxing match. There's going to be 8 2-minute rounds. Generally, there's 10 3-minute rounds. So, they're kind of shortening the time that they're going to be in the ring together, which is also leading to speculation that it's more of like a celebrity kind of event than really a boxing match. But who knows? You never know. Now, this is going to stream on pay-per-view, but they're not going to charge the regular pay-per-view prices, which is great for you all. Yeah. If I don't go to the match, I'll probably watch it or stream it. I mean, it's going to be funny. To me, this is funny. You know. Now, there's a little bit of trash talking, but not really in the sense that, traditionally, when they hold these press conferences and talk about the fight, I think they've held 2 of them, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Traditionally, it's all of this trash talking. But with this one, it's been sort of kind of mellow, to say the least. I'm paraphrasing Jake Paul, but very closely here. He said he's going to knock the fuck out of this old man. He's going to knock him out. Okay? He's going to knock the old man out. Mike Tyson responded by saying he's going to fuck up Jake. I don't know. This, No, it's definitely going to be, something that a lot of people are going to watch, for sure. It's going to be a huge ratings. It's going to deliver hugely for the ratings. People are definitely going to watch it. It's got perfect timing, too. It's like the 3rd week of July, right before August. And yeah, it's going to be well attended and well watched. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be fun. Do you think anything crazy will happen in Arlington, Texas because of this fight? That's what I'm kind of concerned about, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are, I think they're going to be cool. But the people who attend these fights, hopefully, nothing gets out of hand. But you never know. This summer is going to be wild anyway. So, you always have agitators who will come into a situation like this and, they'll take all the fun out of it. That's where that phrase, "this is why we can't have nice things," comes from. So there'll be people who, will want to start some racial animosity. Because you all know Jake Paul is a white man and Mike Tyson is a black man. So you'll have people that want to, do all this kind of racial stuff when it's just a fight, a celebrity fight. That's it. Something to enjoy. But you know how people are. I'm just telling you. So, you got to be on the lookout for that. I'm not saying it is going to happen, but you definitely got to be on the lookout for it. It's a possibility, especially in today's climate in America. Everything, yeah, that's another thing. You just can't have any type of fun. Something just can't be wholesome and fun. I didn't even want to bring that up, but somebody mentioned it, and it's a good point. Because you got to be careful. You have to be mindful. Let's use that terminology. You have to be mindful of this. Because there are agitators who come in from the outside and want to utilize certain events and situations, for their own nefarious purposes. And this would be a type of event that they would try to utilize for that purpose. You have to be mindful of that. I'm not saying that it will happen, but be mindful of it. If you're going, stay safe out there in Arlington, Texas. Stay safe. But yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. I think the betting markets are saying that Jake Paul is slightly the favorite to win it, which makes sense. He's super young. But don't discount Mike Tyson. That's all I'm going to say. He's got 44 knockouts in his professional boxing career. He's fought against a slew of different types of boxers. I wouldn't discount it. It really depends on how long he's been training, though. Because if he just started training a couple of months ago, I don't know. But if he's been training for like a couple of years now, it could be a good fight. Yeah, I just wanted to bring this to you all's attention. I thought it was funny as hell. It's something nice to do, a nice event to watch. And they don't seem like, they hate each other, which is good. It just seems like, tough competition between the two of them. Yeah, this should be fun to watch. Yeah, if anything else comes up, I'll continue following this story because I think it's funny. So when they have another press conference, I'll tell you all the details. If they have one before the fight, usually they have one before the fight, right around that time to build up publicity for it. I'll let you all know. I'll keep you all informed about this. But I found this hella funny. Hella funny. When I heard about this a while back, I wanted to do some research and see if it was really legit. Turns out it's really legit, and it's on like Donkey Kong, July 20th. Yeah, it reminds me of when Elon Musk said he wanted to do a UFC fight with Mark Zuckerberg. Y'all remember how long that's been transpiring, how they were supposed to set that up and it never materialized? You remember how Ben Shapiro was supposed to debate Candace Owens and that never materialized? So sometimes when these things get said that they're going to get done, things fall through and they never get done. This, though, however, looks like it's fixing to happen. Jake Paul, the YouTuber, is going to fight Mike Tyson. Yeah, get your popcorn. This is going to be funny as hell. You say four of the rounds, they'll probably be hugging on each other. The other four, they'll fight. Yeah. Well, in boxing anyway. It's about, a lot of times it's not necessarily about just punching the whole 2 minutes or 3 minutes of a fight. You're doing a lot of prancing around the ring. You're kind of like trying to evade punches. So I would say in any real boxing match, unless you just got two people that love wailing and punching on each other, most of the time you're going to have at least 2 to 3 rounds where nothing is going to happen. They're going to be on the ropes, hugging each other and stuff like that. Now, it'll be interesting if it's a split decision, nobody gets a knockout, who the referee and the judges will select as the winner. That could be controversial. So, hopefully, they got some seasoned judges and referees, partaking in this spectacle. Do I think there'll be a knockout? I don't. I can't say definitively there will or won't. I don't see Jake Paul knocking Mike Tyson out, and I don't think Mike Tyson is going to knock Jake Paul out. So, if I had to lean one way or the other, I don't really think there's going to be a knockout. I don't think so. Not unless Jake Paul, lands something right away really hard on Mike Tyson and he falls down. But I don't think it's going to be a knockout. No. Yeah. One advantage that Mike Tyson does have is he's been in the ring with a lot of different types of boxers. So, he can study the 10 boxing matches that Jake Paul has done and kind of, prepare for it that way. But it's going to be interesting as hell. I'm going to watch it for sure. I'm definitely going to sit back and enjoy it. It's going to be fun to watch. I'm not rooting for anybody or betting against or for anybody. I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is. Hopefully it'll be a good, celebrity boxing match and nobody gets really hurt or injured. And it's a good time is had by all the people who watch and are spectators. Yeah. So, July 20th, Arlington, Texas, AT&T Stadium. It's going down for real. Jake Paul, the YouTuber, versus Mike Tyson. Yeah. Are you expecting an Evander Holyfield moment? No. No. No, no, no. No. I'm not expecting anything that crazy. Now, this is just gonna be for funsies, I believe. I could even see it going 6 rounds and they're hugging on each other, all 6 rounds, and maybe 1 or 2 rounds they actually land a punch. I could see something like that. I don't really foresee it being, an all-out slugfest. Although I could be wrong. It could really be a slugfest. I think I have to, when they get close to the fight, they do a weigh-in. They weigh the fighters, see what they weigh, and stuff like that. I'll have to see what Mike Tyson weighs. I'm curious about that. What his weight is. Because that'll say a lot about, whether he's prepared adequately for this fight or not. But, just being 58, almost 60 years of age, that's tough. Man. Yeah, that's retirement, sitting back on the beach, drinking martinis and things like that. That's retirement age. You're almost ready to draw AARP funding. You're getting ready to draw Social Security and Medicare. So I don't know what Mike Tyson is really doing with this, to be honest with you. I would imagine he accepted this because there's a whole lot of money involved, to do this, but, I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't get injured, really badly with this, because, it has that potential. This is somebody who's 27 years of age fighting a 60-year-old. Somebody said it could be considered elder abuse. Yeah, I mean, it, it's borderline that. That's what makes it a little bit funny, but not funny because it's borderline elder abuse, kind of. And that's why I don't think Jake Paul is going to really, go too hard. I think it's going to be more of a hug fest. You might get one round when they're punching on each other, but 7 out of those 8 rounds, I predict they're going to either be on the ropes or hugging each other. And the referee is going to have to be breaking them up. Yeah. 2 minutes is going to go by real quick, right? You can spend a minute tap dancing in the ring. Another 30 seconds, throwing punches that don't land. And then another 30 seconds on the rope. Then the bell rings, 2 minutes is over. You can do that easily. Okay? So, But I just think it's something fun, to do for the summer. It should be enjoyable to watch. And you all who are there, I'm more concerned about you all, you staying safe. Because, anytime there's men involved, alcohol, people get rowdy, It's a white man fighting a black man, so you're going to have, that kind of tension in the air in Texas, So stay safe, you all. Just go and watch the fight, enjoy yourself, and get on back to where you got to go after the fight. Don't you all get into any fights with people there. Don't do it. Anybody start provoking and stoking you, this is what I say. Because, the Proud Boys and all of those people are down there in Texas, right? Patriot Front. And, that's the type of event that they would try to go to and start trying to say things to some black people who are there to watch the fight. And they'll try to provoke something. So you all ignore them if they come down there. You just watch the fight and go about your business. Don't you be part of a fight. You're down there to watch a fight. Don't you make the news, okay? Because people will go down there and they'll be on the news. They'll be making the news. The news is Jake Paul, the YouTuber, and Mike Tyson fighting, but there'll be fights all outside the arena after the fight. Yeah, exactly. You can't even go to a football game without a brawl. I think there was, recently, there was a soccer match between the United States and Mexico. So, some Americans, yeah, it was the Americans, sadly. Some American men got too intoxicated and started fighting with the Mexicans in the stands. The audience started fighting. And one of the Mexican fans pushed the American over, the seats at the stadium. Oh, they got into a brawl or some shit, So, anytime you have these competitive events, on a side note, this is real, you all. Not just boxing, anything. Anytime you have these competitive events, you have a certain group of people who are drawn to it that also think they're participants in the competition. So they'll see Jake Paul and Mike Tyson in the ring, and that won't be enough to fulfill or satisfy them. They'll have to start fighting with somebody in the stadium because they want to be, a fighter. Yeah, so you all be careful down there. That's all I'm saying. Women, you too. You have a whole slew of men every summer, I see it, where men think that it's okay to punch women. It's crazy. It's crazy. Every summer you see this kind of craziness. Men just punching women. So women, if you go into this fight in Arlington, Texas, be careful down there. Because, alcohol and fights don't pair well. That's why I try to stay away from some of that kind of stuff. When it's something like a UFC or boxing match, wrestling, I kind of try to stay away because it draws a certain element, certain wow element. It'll be 8 out of 10 people will be great, but it'll be those 2 out of 10 that are, hooligans, hoodlums, misfits, thugs, banditos. It'll be those 2 out of 10 that come and try to mess it up for all the rest of us. Yeah. So these type of events and venues tend to draw an element that's very corrosive and toxic to the general society. And you say they gotta come out and do something too. Well, yeah, they do, but they should separate themselves from the rest of us who just want to go out and be spectators and have fun. They shouldn't, be next to us wanting to start something with us. That's not cool. If you want to do some unsanctioned boxing match with somebody, set up your own event. Don't come to an event that's already set up and do your shit. Yeah, have some unsanctioned fight or unsanctioned brawl when there's already a sanctioned fight. You can't do that, or you're not supposed to do that. But you know how people are. You know how these people be. As somebody said, you know how these Americans get down. Yeah, I do. I've been around them. So that's why I'm telling you all to stay safe with this, because I'm not really all that concerned about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I'm more concerned about you all going down there. Be careful. Be vigilant. Yeah. Go, have fun, but in moderation. Don't just get drunk and plastered to the point where you just, get rowdy yourself and you want to start fighting somebody because you just watched a fight. That happens. You wouldn't believe it. That happens. People will go to these fights, get drunk, and then they'll be like, now that I just watched the fight, I want to start a fight with somebody. It'll just be some random person they want to start a fight with. You can't make it up. You couldn't believe it. No. If I'm gonna have a beer or Coors Light or something like that, I'm gonna just chill out. Yeah, but there's a lot of people that aren't like me. So, yeah. So be careful. My kind of advice is be careful. Have fun, but enjoy it, but be careful. It's also the summertime, so tensions are going to be running high all summer long anyway. So, yeah. And this is definitely the reason I'm bringing this up and want to continue stressing it is because this is the type of venue, event, and attraction that brings out the riffraff. I hate to say it, but it's true. This is why I don't go to a lot of these things. I could go to a lot of these things, but I don't because it brings out a certain element that I rather not, be in proximity to. Let's put it that way. It's not. No. Somebody said that I'm a little fearful. No. I can handle myself. You have no idea. No, don't take this and get it twisted. I can definitely handle myself. I just don't like putting myself in situations where I have to go out of my body to deal with certain elements and creatures like you are. There's nothing I can't. Just I don't prefer to. Because I don't want that on my conscience, what I might have to do to somebody. I don't want that on my conscience. So, I choose to let you all have the fun, but I want to warn people who aren't aware, or might just get caught up in the euphoria of the moment. Yeah. No, if I went to that event, if I went down to Arlington, Texas, I would be on high alert. High alert. I would probably choose to sit around, a family, somebody that's got children there. I wouldn't want to sit around, a group of men or a group of young women. See, all of that goes into my consideration. I would want to sit around a family, somebody that's got some children. Because, when people see that you have children around in your family, they tend to chill out. When you're around a group of rowdy, especially young dudes, you don't know what's going to happen. You really don't. It's sad to say that, but it's true. Because who knows? They could be, beefing with another group of young dudes that are already there. You go and sit down by them. You don't know that they have beef with another group of dudes. Then after the fight, that other group of dudes comes and finds them and they want to get into a fight, and you're smack there in the middle of it. Somebody throws a punch at you thinking you're with that group, and then you got to defend yourself. And then it's a whole big mess, right? So there are a gazillion stories of that happening at these type of events and venues. It's more common actually than not, to be honest with you. It's so common they just don't even report about it. They don't even report it on the news because it happens all the time. With something like this, if it was a big brawl that broke out at the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, they would report it. But I'm just saying that other little events like this, they might not report it because it's not celebrities involved. But if some shit broke out at this Jake Paul, Mike Tyson event, oh yeah, they would report it. Every news organization in the country is going to be there, so it would get picked up by all the cameras. Yeah, the Patriot Front is down there. The boys that, go in the Penske trucks from Texas and travel up to Philadelphia and harass people. That's their home base is Texas, yeah. They're starting all that beef with the Latino community down there. So, there could be some Latino people that go to the fight and some other people and they get to clashing. Hey, you never know. So I'm just telling you all, be aware of what the environment and climate is like already. We're in an election year. You know how crazy presidential election years already are. They're always wild. We're still in a COVID pandemic that's not over with. So I don't know what to tell you. Take precautions. Be mindful of what it is. You're going to watch a fight, right? Whenever you go and watch something that's physical, it attracts a certain element. This is something they don't really want to tell people, but it attracts a certain element of people who are inclined to physical violence too. That's why they go and watch these things. Now, me personally, I would just go for the entertainment factor, but there's a lot of people that go to fights because they get off on fighting. Personally, they like fighting. So you pair that with alcohol and any other type of substance they may take before going into the arena, you don't know what's going to happen. So, yeah, somebody can say something to somebody's girlfriend or wife and they take offense and start a fight. Anything can happen. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. So, I'll probably more than likely watch it from, not in the arena. Yeah. it would be a good event to get together with friends at somebody's friend's house or go to a sports bar and watch it because they'll have it on in all the sports bars. Now that I think about it, I might check out a bar that I've been wanting to go to out of state. You know, it's a queer and female owned bar out of state, not too far away from here, but it's out of state. I might check that out because they have the sporting events on. I'll see if they're going to play the fight and might go travel up and go watch it there. You know, that'll be fun. Yeah, you just have to pick and choose carefully nowadays where you want to, partake in viewing and getting your entertainment. It's a shame we live in a society like that, but that's really what you have to do nowadays if you want to stay safe. Yeah. And the goal is never to put yourself in harm's way for some type of recreational entertainment and fun activity. That's never the goal. So you got to take all that into account. But it'll be a fun fight. Good luck to Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I'm glad that they're doing something like this, putting this on for you all. I think it'll be good. I don't see that either one of them will have a knockout. I don't think Mike Tyson is capable of knocking out Jake Paul. Jake Paul is much taller than Mike Tyson, too. Height-wise, he's taller, Jake Paul. So Jake Paul is not only does he have the advantage in terms of his age, being far younger, 30 years younger than Mike Tyson, he has a height advantage, too. He probably has more muscle. So this, the advantage, all the advantages go to Jake Paul. Jake Paul is supposed to win this fight, if I'm being honest. Looking at all of the things that you take into account, Jake Paul is supposed to win this. Mike Tyson is the underdog. He's not the favorite. But we shall see. Mark your calendars, July 20th. Arlington, Texas. Yeah, you can still get tickets on a lot of third-party vendor sites for this. I saw it somewhere, tickets were ranging, in the high hundreds to mid hundreds, depending on where you want a seat. It's relatively a good price. You better get them now, get some tickets now, because what people will do is they'll buy up all the tickets and then they'll do scalping. They'll resell them as the fight gets closer and closer for a higher price. Because I would imagine a lot of people want to go to this. This is going to be a well-attended event. Yeah, so that's all I got for you all. I thought to share this with you because it's funny as hell. Jake Paul, the YouTuber, and Mike Tyson. A professional sanctioned boxing match that will count towards their professional record. This is going to be funny. Also, I'll probably watch one of my favorites on YouTube. I'm not going to say or mention the person's name, but they cover all of these boxing matches. They do reactions to these fights that happen all across the country. So I might check this individual out on YouTube too while I'm in the bar. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah, so that's all I got for you all. Enjoy the fight. Don't you get into a fight. You're going to watch a fight. Just because you watch a fight doesn't mean that you have to be part of a fight. Yeah. And, just have a good time. Enjoy the show. It's going to be a beauty.